let's move to the second section. So, as I told you, we're going to discuss two sections here, the reading comprehension and the error correction. So let's tackle in detail this verbal section. Since correction, we have here 20 questions, and reading comprehension, we have also 20 questions. So basic sentence correction strategy. So of course, we should have some strategies to be followed while answering these questions. Of course, maybe sometimes, in some cases, I don't know all the answers. Maybe because of lacking of some information, maybe, or something like this. So we have to tackle some strategies in order to facilitate this matter on us. So the first step, spot the primary error. In some cases, maybe you already taught some of these errors, so you could just spotting them on the spot. So they're gonna be very easy, and I'm gonna teach you some strategies today, inshallah. If I spotted some errors, in this case, maybe I have 2 or 3 options contain the same error. In this case, you're going to eliminate these 3 choices and then move to the other 2. And then you try to spot another error and eliminate it. By the end, you're gonna find that you're gonna pick the best or the correct choice. So you just, as I told you, spot the primary error. 2, eliminate answer choices that do not fix, they do not match the answer because they contain some errors. And the third thing, look for secondary errors and also eliminate them. Okay, so these are the points that we're going to discuss today. Subject-verb agreement, verb tense error, pronoun errors, parallelism and comparison, modifiers, and last idioms. So all these points, we're going to tackle them in detail. So don't be panic. So let's move with the first one, sentence correction, how to tackle. The first thing that I'm asking you to do, you have firstly to read the whole sentence for structure, content. Okay, maybe some people, some of you ask me something. So what's structure and what's the content? How could I manipulate these points? So what's the author trying to say? This is the content. This is the content. What's the author trying to say? Maybe in some cases, some questions are grammatically correct. Grammatically correct. But change the meaning of the sentence because of the content doesn't suit the meaning that the author intends to deliver for us. And I'm going to elaborate it for you. Don't be panicked at all. Okay. The second one. Okay. Let me elaborate this part for you. Structure. So, what's the structure of a sentence? Structure means the subject, verb, preposition, conjunctions. Conjunctions means maybe it's a word that joins words. Maybe phrases, join clauses, or maybe join sentences. For example, this conjunction, maybe, for example, I could say but, maybe, and, yet, or, because, nor, although, since, unless, while. So all of these are called conjunctions, where maybe the word relative pronoun were examples. For example, I could say, she bought a shirt and a book and something else. Okay, so in this case, this is called a conjunction. So you link them, you join the words, you join the phrases, you join the clause, you join the sentence. Okay. In some cases also, maybe you could find a participle. This is a part of the structure, participles. So participle, this is a verb form that can be used maybe as an adjective to create verb tense, to create the passive voice. طيب أنا مش فاهم اللي أنت بتقول عليه ده. طب خليني أوضحه. Let me elaborate this part for you. We're talking about structure. Structure, for example, subject, verb, preposition, conjunction, and conjunctions such as but, and, or, because, although, since, unless, while, where. maybe participles. Participles also. This is one of the common errors that you could find in the GMAT test. Participle means this is a verb form. It could be used as an adjective or it could be used as a verb tense. طيب مثال على كده عشان نوضح الكلام ده. ممكن يبقى two parts. Maybe present participle that ending in ing. For example, I could say playing football is my favorite sport maybe. وممكن يبقى حاجة تانية past participle that usually ending in ed زي مثلا had played played this ending in ed or d, or maybe it's irregular. Irregular means it doesn't end with d or ed, like when, for example, I could say think and thought, so that's thought, so that's past participle. Okay. These parts of speech الأجزاء الكلامية دي كده are associated with the common errors found in sentence correction questions. طيب أنا عايز أمثلة على الكلام ده، ما تقلقوش هناخد أمثلة إن شاء الله كتير جدا النهارده. And I'm going to support you by the end of this lecture. I'm going to support you with more examples. And of course, if you have any questions, you're free to WhatsApp me, of course. Let's move to the second part that helps me to tackle the sentence correction. Try to predict the correct answer. Try to predict the correct answer. So how to predict the correct answer? هخمن ازاي طيب؟ For example, in sentence هقول لكم مثال مثلا على جملة ونشوف. For example, I could say Mary, take care because maybe this example contains an error. Okay, Mary has 3 items in her pocket. Mary have 3 items in her pocket. طب أنا في الحالة دي أنا قلت have وقلت Mary have. طيب هعمل prediction هنا هقول مثلا correct ودي في حاجة هنا incorrect. يعني أنا مفترض إن في الحالة دي أقول مثلا Mary has because this choice وأنا بدور كده على الاختيارات most probably I have to search for that answer that contains the verb has. Okay. برضه هنوضح الكلام ده من خلال أمثلة كتير. The third one, don't read the first answer choice. طب ليه مش هقراها أصلا؟ Don't read the first answer choice because it's already located in the question, so it's just repeated. So the question is located, and the first answer or the first choice, okay, is already mentioned on the first choice. Okay, so you don't have to read the first answer choice again. This is a waste of time. The fourth one, eliminate wrong answers. So as I told you, if you think that one of them contains an error, so eliminate it and eliminate the other answers that contain the same error as well. Okay, so let's move to the fifth one. Read your choice back into the sentence. So read your choice back into your sentence. طب sometimes بيكون في part من الجملة هي بس بعمل لها modification مثلا أو اختيار choice. You just the choice that you've chosen, you put it into context, you put it into the sentence, and you try to match it. Does it match? Does it have any redundancy, ambiguity, uncommon or confusing expressions? ايه العك اللي انا عمال اقوله ده كله؟ حاضر هوضح لكم الكلام ده كله. يعني في بعض الاحيان بيكون في حاجه اسمها redundancy. يعني ايه redundancy؟ طيب redundancy يعني مظبوط تكرار. طيب يعني مثلا في بعض الاحيان بيكون في مثلا double negative. يعني تعالوا نبص كده على المثال ده كده. Statistical evidence supports the claim that the majority of the middle-aged men do not never use deodorant. So what do you think? Do you think that this part contains redundancy or something is wrong in this sentence? Raise your hands if you think so. Okay. Okay, and the other people, you think that it's correct? Ines, Ihab, Do you think it's correct or incorrect? Okay, people that think that this sentence is incorrect, raise your hands, please. Incorrect. الجملة غلط. Okay. Okay, Ihab. Do you think that this sentence is incorrect? Ihab?
Yes. Statistical evidence.
Correct or incorrect? Ihab?
Yes, with you.
Is it correct or incorrect?
I'm reading this sentence.
Okay. Okay, let me help you. What do you think about do not never? What do you think about this part here, this phrase here? What do you think about it? Do you think it's, could I say do not and never together?
I think don't use deodorant.
Okay. So
I don't know.
okay, thank you.
I think they use.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for participation. Ines, what do you think?
أنا ولا إيناس فوزي؟
Ines Fauzi.
Okay.
I think we should use either never or don't.
Okay, Fatma.
Either middle-aged men do not.
Thank you, Ines. Fatma, do you agree with what Ines said?
Agree.
Sorry?
Agree.
You agree, okay. So what you've said is completely correct. So you have here two negatives. The sentence has a double negative, which is, we call it redundancy. Okay? The corrected sentence reads. طب في الحالة دي أنا أقولها إزاي صح طيب؟ Could anybody help me, please? Hanan. How could I just paraphrase this sentence in order to just eliminate one of the negative parts?
Yes. Statistical evidence support the claim that the majority of middle-aged men never use deodorant.
Exactly. Or I could say do not use deodorant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for your help. Thank you all. Great. So never use deodorant. This is the correct answer. Of course, I have to eliminate one of these negatives. Double negative. Let's move to the second one. I'm going to let you just